Good afternoon, everyone. It is Sunday afternoon here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and it is an awesome day to make some healthy soup for the week. And so if you've been watching these videos, and mostly I do these videos for my ActiLabs VIP group that's called Be Well to Live Well, Live with Vitality. And we're all about health and wellness, and we're all like moms that are working, that are just, trying to stay healthy, trying to make good choices for our families, and trying to find the time to eat healthy meals. And so one of the things that I do for that group is I make these videos on YouTube and I share them with the group. And so if you want to join that group, I always post the recipe as well, which is hard to do here on YouTube, or at least I haven't figured that out yet. So what's on the menu today? Today we are making lentil vegetable soup. And so this is a really delicious soup. At least it seems like it's going to be. I've never made it before, and I'm all about taking a risk and trying something new. So here we go. I do generally love lentil soup, and when I looked at the ingredients, I was like, I think this is gonna be really good. So first thing is we need a pound of lentils. Now, it's supposed to be green lentils. However, I didn't have green lentils. I only had like a cup of green lentils, but my hubby went to Costco the other day and got this huge bag of red lentils. So I'm making it with red lentils. That is one of the things that you'll notice about all of my cooking videos, is that I'm not a cook that is like tied to the recipe. I improvise and I use what I have because, hey, good enough is sometimes good enough. And sometimes it's even better. It turns out even better. And it's amazing. So I've got my lentils here. It calls for a pound, but I had to Google how many cups is a pound. So 1 pound is 2 1/3 cups of dry lentils. And so I've measured it out here. I've got, like, you can see I've got my mix. The green ones are on the bottom. Now the first thing it tells me to do is to cover these lentils with boiling water. So I've boiled my water, and then it has to sit for 15 minutes. So I'm gonna cover these now, and I'm gonna let them sit for their 15 minutes. I'm gonna put them over on my stove behind me, and then I'm gonna start chopping up my vegetables. Okay, there's a bit of time left in the timer. I haven't done all my vegetable chopping, but I do improvise always on what I have available to me. And so I realized as I was starting to get things together that I kind of had the assumption that I had a ton of onions, because usually I have a lot of onions. Well, all I have is one lonely red onion, and the recipe calls for 4 cups of yellow onions, which is 3 large onions, it says. It also calls for leeks. How many does it say? I think it says for 2 leeks. So I have 3. I'm hoping it's gonna make the difference. And then I also have this like dried onion spice from a company called Sunset Gourmet called Oh So Onion. So I'm gonna add a bit of that in for a little extra flavor. Okay, so lentils are done. My family is home now. They were out tobogganing, so you may hear them in the background, and that is awesome because that is my life. We've got my husband Rob, I've got my daughter Claire, who is 7. They're playing a game. They were out tobogganing earlier, and we have 2 dogs. We have Charlie and we have Mikey. Now we have separated the 2 because Mikey is our senior dog. He's quite mature. And Charlie is a puppy, and he's only 3 months old. So Mikey is not too keen on the puppy jumping at his face, and every now and then they get to each other. So such it is. You can probably hear everything sizzling in the background. So what's happening back there, and I'll show you momentarily, there's a large stock pot on medium heat. I'm sauteing the onions, the leeks, and the garlic with the olive oil, salt, and pepper, and cumin for, it says about 20 minutes until they're like translucent. Now, because of my onion shortage, it did say to use only the white part of the leek, but I cut up the whole leek and I'm using the green part too, and that is due to my onion shortage. So I'm hoping that's gonna make up for it. All right, so I'm gonna show you what that looks like. One awesome thing was that when Rob and Claire came in, Rob was like, ooh, it smells really good in here. It smells delicious. So, and it really does. It smells very fragrant, smells really good. You could use fresh thyme in this recipe, but I just use dried thyme, a teaspoon of this, and then I have cumin here. It smells so good. And then olive oil. Use just a high quality olive oil, any kind. This is actually not frescolio, even though we love frescolio, but I just reuse the bottle because I like how it's nice and handy smell on the countertop. All right, you can see everything sizzling here. I actually do think it might be almost done. It did not take the full 20 minutes. And then over here we've got our soaking lentils and the other vegetables are ready to go. You can see that I'm not like a perfectionist around the chopping. I've talked in other videos, I'm letting go of perfectionism. And so, you know what? Vegetables, they are what they are. It doesn't change the taste how they're chopped up. Now, I don't know about you, but I find it easier when I have to like chop and peel and cut my carrots. I always just have a bowl handy. I find that helps me so much with keeping things neat and tidy in the kitchen. All right, so I'm gonna add in the celery and the carrots and then saute for about another 10 minutes until they're nice and soft. Now while that is sizzling away, I'm gonna have a sip of my body. Now this is my daily supplement that is like such a good friend, like the best friend to all my bodily systems, digestive system, like you name it. This helps, and it's also clinically proven for weight loss because it helps rid your body of water. It helps you like reduces your appetite a little bit, so you're not like getting all those crazy cravings, and it like just like helps to flush out your system in a very gentle way. It is like a 10 milliliter shot in 500 mils of water, and you just sip it through the day. And it actually, like I really enjoy the taste of it, and it's like, you know, sip it every hour or so and throughout the whole day until it's gone, every single day. I've actually lost like 20 pounds on our HydroSlim Plus. This is the first week that I'm taking body, but I did lose about 20 pounds on our HydroSlim Plus. Body, I'm trying it this week, but it's like a powered up version of our HydroSlim Plus. And then the other thing I like to have when I am cooking or at the end of my work day, when I'm getting supper ready, is our Vitality. And this is like a really yummy detox tea that also helps to just like keep your system moving properly, keep everything like going as it should be. It's a bit hot right now, but I'm gonna be sipping on that. Okay, so I'm about to add my chicken stock. It calls for 3 quarts, I think it said, of chicken stock. I don't think in quarts, I think in liters. So this is like a US recipe, I guess. And so 3 quarts though apparently is about the same as 3 liters. However, all I have is 1 quart of chicken stock, but all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna top it up to water to have the 3 quarts, and that's gonna be just fine. There's gonna be tons of flavor in this soup because I can really smell it already. I know it's gonna be delicious, and so that is gonna be fine. So it's up to you. If you have it, great. If not, I think you're fine with water. Okay, so next step is to pour in the stock. This is 2 quarts or 2-ish liters, so I'm gonna have to pour in 1 more. And then I'm also gonna add the lentils shortly. All right, so I've got all the stock in there. I'm gonna add the lentils. And I hope my pot's big enough. I'm gonna need 2 hands for this, but the next thing will be the tomato paste that I'm gonna add. Okay, so everything's in the pot. It has to come to a boil, and then it has to simmer for an hour, and then it's gonna be ready. So what time is it here now? It is 3 o'clock. And so it's like my tea time. So while that's simmering, I'm gonna drink my tea, my Vitality, which is so good. I'm gonna have lunch for the week and probably a meal for the family one evening this week. We're actually having something different for dinner tonight, but it smells so good. I actually want to eat it tonight. It smells so good. Doesn't it smell good, you guys?
You bet.
Yeah, it does smell really good. So I'm gonna let that simmer, and then I'll show you the finished product once it is like all ready to go. It's gonna be so good. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention is that while it's simmering, like while things are cooking, I try to do things up where it's like I get it all ready, it all cooks together, and then while everything's cooking, I can like clean up the kitchen and kind of do that part. So that will also be what I'm doing right now. And then I'm hoping I'll still have time to go have a game of checkers with Claire after, because they're playing board games and it sounds like they're having so much fun. Okay, here is the finished product. We are about to eat supper. We were actually gonna have something else for dinner tonight, but this just smelled so good, we had to have it. So there you have it, lentil vegetable soup, side of bread, and we have some yummy garlic butter we're gonna spread on there, and it is a delicious supper.